Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Club Mando. I am your host, the often imitated, never duplicated Cowboylorian, representing Cowboys Nation here. How are we doing, Cowboys Nation? You know, a lot of things been going on with these Cowboys, and there's a lot of stuff that's got to get talked about. Some good, some bad, some indifferent. You just never know what is going on. For those watching, please share, please like, please comment. I like all the interaction I can get. It's great to hear what is going on exactly and what y'all are thinking, because, so much is going on, so many different opinions. We definitely want to hear what y'all have to say. First off, it's been a rough few days for the Cowboys as far as free agency goes. We know that, we're not happy with what's going on. Nothing has actually gone the way we wanted to. Let's start off with the first one, which is good old Tyron Smith signing with those Jets. Now, I know my co-host on my other show is extremely happy about, getting that signing, because Aaron Rodgers is going to have someone to protect him. But, he kind of tends to get a little hurt, also gets a little, we kind of let him not practice. So, what can actually become of this? My thought is we have his replacement. We have Tyler Smith right there. We slide him out to the left tackle. He did a hell of a job for us 2 years ago. I don't know why we haven't slid him out there already. So, if we can get Lyle Collins back, which I'm sure he'd be happy to, we put him in that guard until we find that bridge. I think we're going to be okay without, Tyron. I do miss him. I always loved him being part of the Cowboys, but, his injury history with him not wanting to get, his back looked at, his neck looked at for surgery, that's kind of hurt us from time to time. So, moving on from that, with the amount of money that, we had available, it was kind of time. So we'll see exactly what comes of that. But I do know we have a replacement in the building. His name's Tyler Smith. Very similar, kind of player that I'm seeing as like a Larry Allen type player who can play any position and dominate. He dominated as a rookie at left tackle, so I don't think I'm too worried about that actually occurring. So not too worried about this loss, although it is a big loss for us. Tyron's always been that lock there at the tackles, whether it was right tackle or left tackle. He's been one of the greats for us. So he's definitely a Hall of Famer, and we'll, wish him luck with the Jets. The next one let's talk about, that is good old Gallup and Mr. Van Der Esch. Now, were these expected? Yes, Van Der Esch was probably the one that was probably the most expected out of all of them. He does have that injury history, but I thought he only signed a 1-year contract last year, so letting him go, I'm not sure what the point of that was if he was on a 1-year contract, but that's neither here nor there. So, who knows what's kind of happened there, but that saved us a little bit of cap money. And then we got the Gallup situation, which we did let him go as a post-June cut. So that saves us, I think it was like $8 million, but that counts against us $8 million next year. So good, bad, and different. Who knows what that actually brings to us. Yes, it saves us some money this year, but it hurts us next year as far as the cap goes. So, we needed a guy like Gallup. He does make those tough catches. He had a lot of drops these last 2 years, which is very unusual for a player like Gallup. But, when he's been given the chance to throw the ball, he's made some things happen. The Packers game was, a very indicating factor that, he can be effective when he's given the chance. So, this was a little up and down, but I think we'll survive this one. We do have some good receivers, with Tolbert and Brooks is his last name. So I think we'll be all right here. And then with linebacker, we'll see what's going on. We got one linebacker, which I think I'm going to talk about next. Eric Kendricks. We did make a final signing, guys. And Joe, I agree with you. It's time to move on from Tyron. But, and Squidward, appreciate you joining on. But good old Eric Kendricks was a stalwart middle linebacker for Coach Zim out in Minnesota. He drafted him, so heard some words about what he said about, being part of Zim, and, there's a big reason why he decided to shun the 49ers and come to Dallas, was being under Coach Zim because of the success that he had under Coach Zim's system. So this should be a good signing for us. It should help out a lot of the guys learn Zim's system and understand the intricacies of it. So this is going to be a big help to us. Where, even though we have this signing, we do need some younger bucks behind him or beside him and to help him out. So, hopefully Overshown comes back. Kendricks can help him out, as well as Damone Clark, and then whoever we decide to draft here in the upcoming draft. So this is definitely a good signing, and we'll see how good it pays off for us during the season. Now, the one that everyone's been probably crying the most about, and I'm not too worried about half of these guys anyways, but it is Tyler Biadasz, Dorrance Armstrong, and good old Tony Pollard over here. So let's start off with Biadasz. Everyone liked Biadasz. I don't know what y'all were looking at when he was playing. I watched Biadasz get pushed into Dak Prescott quite often. I don't know who, what, when, where, why he was even a starter. He could block from time to time, but he was being mauled 99% of the time unless he had help from Zach Martin. He was constantly mauled backwards. He was never a person that was pushing the pile, making the moves, clearing those holes. So, I'm not really sad to see him go. I think we can get someone that is even better in the draft, that has the power, has the drive, to be that great center. Biadasz was just not that person. Dorrance Armstrong, on the other hand, that is going to be kind of a loss because he's done some really good things the last 2 years. He's going to join Dan Quinn up in Washington. I wish him luck. But I don't see, a whole lot coming from the Washington team because who knows what's going to happen there and how much of a playing time he's actually going to get in Washington. So we'll see what happens there. Now, where everybody has lost their mind, which is our running back position, and the loss of Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard did his job as a backup. So when he was a backup, he could run the ball. He could handle starting for a game or two, but he just never was that guy as far as, handling all season type of game, which I knew from the get-go. So when everyone was screaming, Tony Pollard needs to start, I was the one saying, y'all need to chill. He has not been a starter his entire life, and he should have never been a starter. We've done that too many times. That went back to Troy Hambrick and Emmett Smith, where Hambrick said he needed to be a starter. We got rid of Emmett. What happened? Troy Hambrick didn't do jack. We did it again with Marion Barber when Julius Jones was the starter. Marion Barber got the bigger, more explosive runs instead of Julius Jones. We wanted to anoint Barber as a starter. When Barber became the starter, he wasn't as good. He was a change of pace back. And we did it with Felix Jones when he was backing up Marion Barber. Same type of thing. The only one that actually worked out was DeMarco Murray when he was backing up Felix Jones. He took over the job, and he actually did a good job. Then once we got Zeke, we never had a question, but as last year or the 2 years ago went through, everyone's clamoring for Pollard because of what he was doing. He just wasn't that guy. So good luck in Tennessee. I don't know if you're going to be a starter or splitting carries, but, good luck. Edgar Zua, Raiders are better in my opinion. In what way? I'm kind of curious as to what you mean by that, because Raiders haven't done zilch in I don't know how long, so not sure what you mean by that. PHX2449, thank you for joining on. And Pack6214, appreciate you dropping on. But yeah, so we got a lot of stuff to do. And to my Cowboys Nation fandom, we all got to relax. It is early. If y'all haven't seen what Dallas has done in the last 10 some years, we have not signed a large free agent to the Cowboys. We just haven't done that since Brandon Carr. Brandon Carr was a big name free agent. That contract we regretted for years, and that's the main reason we haven't signed anybody. So, Eve, thank you for joining on. But we haven't signed anybody big in a long time. So I don't know why everybody's clamoring to, sign these big free agents, when all of these rumors are swirling around. We should be used to these rumors. Anybody that becomes available, he should go to Dallas. He belongs in Dallas. It's not going to happen 99% of the time. When you have Jerry Jones and especially Stephen Jones. Stephen Jones is the cheap person. He doesn't like spending money on players. It's just that way. We just got to live with what's going on. Whether they do it to, sign big players or not sign big players, what difference does it make? We see every single year all these teams signing these big name free agents. What happens? They don't do anything. The last time it worked out where they got a bunch of big name free agents and went for it all was the Rams. It worked out for them. But look where they've been. Look where they went after that Super Bowl. They didn't do much afterwards. They were able to rebound finally last year and make it to the playoffs, but it doesn't matter. Luis, let's not even get into that. Who cares? Nobody cares. We don't care about the Niners. Y'all lost the Super Bowl. It don't matter. You could beat us all 17 games, but if you lose the Super Bowl, those games mean jack. They mean zero. We don't care. Y'all have 5 Super Bowls, the same as us. Why don't you go look at at everything that goes on with the Cowboys and Niners? Y'all were down 19-16 before the last 3 wins, so it doesn't matter, bro. Y'all have lost every Super Bowl since 1994. It does not matter. Queso KC fan, no problem, that dude. Y'all have won 3, so can't hate on what's winning. Even though y'all had a struggle during the regular season, you all turned it up when it mattered. So that's all that matters, there, Ross. No kids for you, Cowboys. But yeah, Cowboys Nation, we just gotta chill out. We've proven that we don't necessarily need those giant free agents that have those big names, to be successful. We haven't done it for a long time, and we've done fairly well in the last 10 some odd years. We've had a few fall offs, yes, but most of the time we're competing for the playoffs. So while a lot of these teams that do big signings year after year after year after year, give you an example, the Eagles, they're not always in contention. They have been the last few years, but other than that, they are always signing big name free agents, but it's not always paying off for them. Big name free agents does not guarantee a Super Bowl championship. Okay, so yeah, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I actually got more kind of circling around, but it's kind of a mess back that way. Ernesto, thank you for joining on. Appreciate y'all. But yeah, Cowboys Nation, we definitely got to chill out. We're going to be okay. We don't necessarily need a big name free agent. Yes, we wanted Derrick Henry. Yes, we wanted Patrick Queen. We always want all these players. But, we have these other free agents that are our own. We sign our own players to big contracts that we don't have the ability to sign a lot of these big name free agents unless they want veteran minimum. Or they want a lower end amount of in order to sign with Dallas, but it's just not going to work out that way. King Gonzalez, Cowboys are bad. How's that so, boss? Didn't the Eagles lose the last 6 out of 7 games? I would say that's pretty bad. Going from the number 1 seed all the way down to the 5th seed, and if it wasn't for y'all record, you guys probably would have fell out of the playoffs. Never seen the team do that. Adam Hittel, go Cowboys, yes sir. I do find it hilarious when other teams fans come on and start talking. It is very, very hilarious to me. Especially when they got their what's handed to them against some terrible teams. So it's very hilarious to me. And to those fans, it doesn't matter if you beat us during the regular season, beat us in the playoffs, if you didn't win the Super Bowl, if you were not holding up that trophy at the end of the year, you are in the exact same spot as everybody else that didn't win the Super Bowl. You're a loser sitting on the couch just like the rest of us. If you want a participation trophy, y'all need to really understand how sports works. There is no participation trophies. You either win the Super Bowl or you don't. Nobody cares about who lost. Nobody remembers the team who lost. You only remember the teams who won. So please remember that. King Gonzalez, the Birds are disappointments to themselves every single year. Y'all talk about being the dream team all the time with all your signings, but yet it doesn't amount to much. Took a backup quarterback for y'all to luck out and win one. And let's get that one straight. Eagles fan, it took y'all Let me see. 57 years to win one? And y'all talk? 57 years to win one Super Bowl. You lost all the others that you participated in. Y'all have nothing to talk about. It took us 30 years of being in existence to win 5. And in 30 years since we last won our last one, you guys have won 1. And you guys talk about when's the last time we won one? It took y'all 57 years to win 1. Come on now. Taz, yeah, we probably needed to sign D. Henry, but, Ravens got him. It is what it is. It's called the draft. Y'all have choked in the Super Bowl. Again, it doesn't matter if you don't win the Super Bowl. You don't get participation for being in the Super Bowl. You only get 100% credit if you win. Congrats, you got Saquon. Woo! You want to know what else you got? Injury history. You also got Kellen Moore, who doesn't run the ball. What's the point of Saquon if you don't run the ball? You guys didn't even run the ball last year. The most running y'all did was the tush push. Ryan G, it does not matter. Y'all still aren't in our realm of winning Super Bowls. It doesn't matter. Your point? How many times do you guys go sign big name free agents and y'all still end up on the couch at the end of the year? Joining us right there, along with the Giants and Commanders? It doesn't matter. Taz Simmons, I made the helmet. I make my helmets, boss. Yeah, we sign the players that matter to us. And every team needs a long snapper. You don't have a good long snapper, y'all special teams ain't gonna matter. If y'all don't have y'all long snapper, Mr. Elliott ain't kicking no balls. Sorry to tell you. Again, Ryan, did you win? You didn't win the Super Bowl. It doesn't matter. There's no participation trophies. There's no points for second place. It doesn't matter. It does not matter. Oh, 89%. Congratulations. We have a kicker that was dang near 100%. Your point? Aubrey's a better kicker than Elliott. And he was a rookie. Dude, y'all are the king of Eagles fans and Niner fans are king of participation. Y'all want credit for being in the Super Bowl. Guys, it doesn't matter if you don't have one. The Bulls if you don't remember, the Chicago Bulls had a saying, it don't mean a thing without the ring. The Patriots went 16-0 in the regular season. What happened? They lost the Super Bowl. That 16-0 means jack. It doesn't matter if you don't win. It does not matter. Yeah, and out of the 30 years that you all like to bring up every single time, how many teams are in the realm of the Cowboys and the Niners and the Steelers and the Patriots as far as Super Bowl wins? When have they caught up? Still waiting for teams to catch up. Been so long, you know. I figured half the league would have been caught up to us by now. But wait, y'all haven't. And you lost to Baker Mayfield, and you want to talk? Guys, y'all losing this already. Dude, it happens. Isn't the part of sports is where one team wins, one team loses? It happens. Are you sure that Baker Mayfield is better than Jordan Love? This is Jordan Love's first year actually playing. Baker Mayfield's had what, 6-7 years already? And he's bounced around from team to team to team to team. Obviously, he's not that good. He had a good season. He definitely had a good season this past year. Not going to take that away from him. Excuses, excuses. I'm not here making excuses for the Cowboys. Y'all making excuses, trying to make things bigger than they are. The Eagles are still the last place as far as Super Bowl wins in the NFC East. 1. The Commanders have 3. Giants have 4. It doesn't matter. Talk to me when you actually get 4 Super Bowl wins. Get in the realm of the other teams that are ahead of you first. Shadow from Maryland. Hey, there's no problem. There's no wrong with that. What am I not answering? Yeah, we haven't been to the Super Bowl. Yeah, we lost to Jordan Love. What am I not answering? It doesn't matter if you've been to a Super Bowl if you didn't win. We have lost the last 27, 28 years. You don't hear me saying anything, making up excuses here. We haven't won. We're sitting on our butts on the couch. But y'all still didn't win 2 years ago. Every Super Bowl except for the one in 2018, you won. Congratulations. You finally won one after it took you 57 years. You finally got out of the group. Got out of the group that had the Cardinals, the Browns, and Jaguars, Panthers. Congratulations, you finally made it out of that pool and joined the Saints with 1 Super Bowl win. It doesn't matter, dude. Elias, what birds are you talking about? There's so many birds in the league. Raider vibes? No. Liam, it's one win, dude. Like, calm down. Losing happens. It is football. It is sports. Yeah, it's funny how many Eagles fans are actually on here. I'm actually kind of laughing about that. Y'all, if y'all want to talk about winning the East, go right ahead. You know, it. Y'all got to worry about Kellen Moore screwing y'all up, in all honesty, and as well as your head coach. That's what screwed y'all last year. Y'all head coach didn't know what to do. He made some dumb decisions, and look what happened. Then you go sign Kellen Moore, who's probably one of the worst OCs that there is. And then you sign Saquon, which, good for y'all. You got Saquon, but are y'all going to even use him is the question. Will you guys even use Saquon? You have an offensive coordinator who doesn't run the football. You have a head coach who didn't force running the ball when that's what you guys are predicated on, is running the football. The kind of dysfunction and destruction that y'all had last year, it was amazing because I've never seen a team do that ever. Going from the number one seed and have everything going right to basically just falling flat on the face. It makes me hilarious. 20, I don't see you coming on and talking, bro. It's all right. Shadow, it doesn't matter. Let them. Doesn't bother me one bit. It's fine. Y'all can love whatever team y'all want. It doesn't bother me. That's the point of sports. You can like whatever team you want. It's fine with me. Like whatever team. You can like the Eagles, you can like the Giants, you can like the Niners, Patriots, whoever. It doesn't bother me. No, Zeke had his best years under Jason Garrett, and I can't even think of that dude's name now. Kellen Moore was a backup quarterback during those years. Zeke was at the top. Liam, I'm not ignoring you, dude. You're just saying a bunch of jive that really I could care less about. Go Pack Go. Congratulations, you won. What do y'all want? It don't matter. It's over. New season. It is a whole new season. That's all that we're talking about. I could care less what happened last year, previous year. It doesn't matter. Once the Super Bowl already happens, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to say it's our year because I don't know. It just started free agency, dude. So much can happen between now and the start of the season. I'm not a Cowboys fan who's going to say it's our year. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I'm not that type of fan. There's no reason for me to say it's our year because guess what? So many things happen in a season. You can lose a player. That means a lot. You can lose multiple players throughout the season. So many things happen. It's impossible to predict what's going to happen during the season. There's a reason why Cowboys are called America's team is because we have the most amount of fans worldwide. We're the most recognizable. What gets these networks a lot of ratings? It's not talking about the Eagles. It's not even talking about the Chiefs. And it's not talking about the Chiefs. It's talking about the Cowboys. About who they lost to, why they lost, who they didn't sign, why haven't they signed anybody. That's why they talk about us, because it gets them ratings. America's team is because we are the most recognizable team in America. Hector, you're saying that with the Rams logo? Come on, dude. Bryce, we do this every single year, bro. We don't hardly sign any players. You guys go sign a bunch of players, and it never always works out for y'all. It's happened one year that it did work out. So calm down, dude. Dude, they beat us the last 3 years. We've handled the Niners majority of the time. Everyone wants to bring up what they've done the last 3 years. Guess what? Here's a stat for y'all. Every year we've ever played the Niners in the NFC Championship, we've dominated them. We're 4-2 against the Niners in NFC Championships. You can't beat America's team when you don't even have a fan base that travels all over the country. And most of the fans are bandwagon fans for the Pats. A lot of the fans that were Patriots fans were fans of Tom Brady. They weren't fans of the Pats, they were fans of Tom Brady. What happened when he went to Tampa Bay? All those fans transferred over to Tampa Bay fans. Once they were gone, guess what? They're no longer fans of anybody now. Dallas Cowboy King, exactly. And the Packers still ain't won a championship since they beat the Steelers here in Dallas. So, and that was already, what, 15, 16 years ago? 2009, whatever that is. The only two that need to get signed there are CD and Micah. Broncos country. All right. No, let's not get it twisted. The Broncos had some players over the years, but they're still not in half the team's categories. Elway won 2, and then you had Peyton win 1. Dallas Cowboys King. Yep, I had that in school too. Even though Cowboys were winning Super Bowls during that time, it was hilarious. Because most of those guys who were talking smack all those years are actually Cowboys fans now. So it's hilarious. When did AJ ever shit on Diggs? Hate to break it to you, but good old Stephon Gilmore made AJ look mediocre. Calling Stephon Gilmore old man, and old man made a young buck look like yesterday's diapers. AJ's a good player, but it's easy to get him out of his element. Mike Tyson can definitely hit. I don't know. We'll see. Mike Tyson is way older than Jake Paul, so that should be an interesting bout. I'll say that. Nobody's saying Dallas is better than the Chiefs. I don't know where y'all getting that. Green Bay had a good game. They had a good game plan. They beat us. There's no denying it. We got beat. Liam, for that playoff game, you guys were better, okay? If that's what you're looking for, the Green Bay Packers were better on that day. And it happens. We used to dominate the Packers every year. So things always come about full face. It doesn't matter, dude. Baby Pacheco, you know what? I was actually shocked that the Ravens didn't make the Super Bowl this year. I was honestly shocked at that. They had such a good year, and I don't know what happened. Yes, the Cowboys are better than the Packers overall. If that's what you want to have me say, there you go. Luca, we'll see what the Steelers have this year. I'm actually interested to see, especially since they have Russell and now Justin Fields. We'll see what happens. Very interested to see what goes on there. Dude, it's one game. Dear Lord. I like how so many of y'all make things so much bigger than what they are. One game, one simple game. Yeah, we lost. I've already said it multiple times. It doesn't matter. Did the Packers win the Super Bowl last year or did the Chiefs win? Was it the Chiefs or was it the Packers? Last I checked, it was the Chiefs. Judge blocks. You know what? There's only 3 teams in this league that rival Dallas as far as the traveling fans. The Raiders, the Niners, and the Steelers. Those three teams have fans that will travel anywhere, anytime, and can take over a stadium. So those three teams, I give a lot of respect to because those fans are true fans. Although I have seen some pictures that actually did make me question a little bit of the fandom with the Niners when they had those lean years from, I think it was 2016 to 2018 or 2019, where there wasn't a whole lot of fans in the stands, and that kind of shocked me. But it is what it is. Those still teams still travel quite good. Sean, it doesn't matter how many playoff games that you win. It's all about winning a Super Bowl. If you didn't win a Super Bowl, it doesn't matter. If you win a playoff game, guess what? The expectation and the hope and everything like that just grows, and then you fall flat on your face if you lose. All that matters is that you win a Super Bowl. And Sean, that might be true. You may not win with Dak. And so far with history, it's shown that. But anything can happen. How long did it take what's his face in St. Louis or with the Rams, Stafford? How long did it take him to win? I think he was in his 12th season. Sometimes it takes a long time to win something. It was 27 years from the time that we had Roger Staubach win the last Super Bowl for us from Troy Aikman. So we've had our time in between. It's not the first time that we've had this. So, calm down, y'all. Liam, it was 1996. And when was the last time that the Packers had actually won a Super Bowl before they did in 97? I think it was dang near 30 years or 30-some years. So what are we talking about? Yeah, and it's been counting for y'all on the Packers. What has it been? 2009 was the last one? What's that now? 15 years? It's clicking for y'all too. It's still clicking away. What was so great about Jalen Hurts this season? The tush push? Jalen Hurts still hasn't reached 30 touchdown passes in the season. It's not that hard to beat Jalen Hurts. And it's been proven. Y'all lost to the Jets with a backup quarterback in Zach Wilson. Y'all lost to Drew Lock and the Seattle Seahawks. Come on now. Christian Avery. Do you think we can get Keon Coleman? I say it's a possibility. We'll see what it's all about our scouts and what they feel and how they rate these players. Scouts really confuse me a lot of times because I don't know exactly what they're looking for or how they rate players because, they've rated some of the players that we've drafted previously that became stars and Hall of Famers, and they had them rated garbage. And look what happened. So who knows? We destroyed y'all when it came down to it. So it doesn't matter. And y'all got lucky with a bunch of ref calls in Philadelphia. Y'all Y'all should have lost both games, and y'all know it. I talked to so many Eagles fans during that first Eagles meeting in Philadelphia, and they even said that the calls were ridiculous. Oh, we can't blame the refs, but when y'all blame the refs, y'all want to be heard? The whole earth shatters because y'all want to blame the refs when you guys get bad calls? But yet, when ours are true and factual, y'all say, oh, don't blame the refs? Yeah. Same goes to y'all. Cali King, yes, sir. He need to change out his glasses to his Cholo glasses. I actually got to find those. I don't know where I put those other glasses for him. And Wag, FMOL, how you doing? Lone Wolf, yes, you are correct. Dak has not made it past the second round of the playoffs, and yes, Jalen Hurts has made it to a Super Bowl. But again, if you haven't won a Super Bowl, it does not matter. Jalen Hurts had another season where he probably should have made it to the Super Bowl, but what happened? They went downhill. Jalen Hurts has to be protected a certain way. And the best way to protect him was running the football, but y'all didn't even want to do that most of the year. Probably why Swift wanted to dip out as quickly as he could. No, you weren't the best team in the NFC East or the NFC last year. Y'all dropped to the 5th seed. You can't be the best. You were the best for what, 11 weeks? And then as soon as the Niners happened, and all the other losses that y'all had happen, y'all just showed what kind of team you really were. And for the last 2 years, you guys barely were beating the teams that you guys were. And most of the teams were garbage. Come on now. Who cares? Y'all worried about things when it's early in the year. If this was August, then you could say who's the Cowboys running back. We don't care at this point. It is early. The draft hasn't even happened. We're not even in training camp yet. Messi, the Ravens have a chance. Let's just put it that way. They were a dominant team last year. Should have made it to the Super Bowl. Who knows? Cowboys King, favorite Cowboys player. Are you talking about this year or recently or of all time? Messi, that might be true. Who knows? Lone Wolf, I'm not worried about the Eagles. Y'all are always signing these big name players, and it doesn't ever work out for y'all. So, y'all are being a little bit more delusional than Cowboys fans. All time, it'd probably be the playmaker. Good old Mike Irvin. I don't know, Philly fans are jumping up there because y'all throwing snowballs and everything else and fans in the parking lot. So I don't know. You guys are jumping up there. I've been up to some up there in San Francisco and Niner games. Have never had issues whatsoever. I agree. We should have beat the Packers, but you know what? We got our butt handed to us. The players that should have stepped up and did what they were supposed to do didn't show up like usual, and you know what? We got our butt handed to us. What can we do? I will say that when the Ravens woke up on the Niners, that was probably one of the better games because it just brought Niners right down to size. Nah, sorry. Yep, well, that's true. That was actually a little surprising. I thought the Eagles were going to come out and be the Eagles that they were earlier in the season. So, yeah, I thought the Eagles would actually beat the Bucks. But, yep, again, you don't know what's going to happen. Any given Sunday or any given day, anybody can beat anybody. Dude, so many fights break out between Cowboys and Niners, Cowboys and Eagles fans. It's There's always a reason behind it. Who knows? I've seen Niners fans jump Cowboys fans from behind for no reason. So, who knows what goes on? The one thing I'll say is fans need to calm down and stop taking things too far. You know what? Love your team, whoever that team is, but you should not be fighting anybody. You should not be jumping anybody. It's not that serious. Now, if they're coming at you specifically and attacking you, then fine, I get it. 20, I have way more knowledge than you do, bro. I played actually college D1 college football, so I have way more knowledge than you ever would. If I could choose how many teams would win the Super Bowl and how many times they would win, that I couldn't answer honestly. Because so many things actually happened during so many things happened, so many different factors can come into play. A team that is garbage from start to finish, definitely doesn't deserve to win. So, that's like saying, that's just going to play too much bias into it. No, I actually played. Tony, you just talking way too much, bro. Like, I'm not even coming at you directly, and you're actually attacking me. Come on, dude. You're just proving my point. Cowboy Levi, how you doing? Appreciate you hopping on. The Bucks could win the NFC South. It's a possibility. Senior Frogs, go Dallas, yes sir. Justin Fields, yep, I'll give you that one, Russ. Definitely. Tom Brady, the GOAT. How you doing, sir? Cowboys the best, yes sir. I actually got this at the Cowboys outlet store out in Frisco, Texas. A lot of stuff there that you can actually get really on a lot of discounts if you're looking for stuff. Yes, sir. The draft is going to be really good. Right in the Chiefs are right now. There's no denying it. There's no arguing the point. You guys have won 3 out of 4, bro. I know why you like Tony Pollard, but I'm sorry, Tony Pollard was not that good of a running back. One thing about Tony Pollard, I don't even think he actually wanted to come to the Cowboys when he was drafted. If you go on YouTube and you actually listen to his draft call, when Jerry called him with excitement about drafting him, it didn't even sound like he was happy about it. So it's probably why he decided to go sign with Tennessee, being he played over at Memphis. I agree, Angel. That was stupid. I don't know why we ever got rid of Coop. That was the dumbest thing we did. I'm sorry if I screw up your name, Desai, but that's what we do every year, boss. We're always boring during the early parts of free agency. We don't really jump into free agency until the second or third week of free agency. We look for the bargain basement players to get on the cheap, and most of the time it does work out for us, so it happens. But all right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Appreciate y'all. I will catch y'all next week with some more Cowboys news. And hope y'all have a good rest of your night. Enjoy y'all weekend. And first off, let me just say, let's go Cowboys.